Hello, my name is Niamh James. I'm in the ensemble for the RSC and Playthrough Productions, The Mirror and the Light, written by Hilary Mantel and Ben Isles, directed by Jeremy Herrin. And I'm going to be taking you guys along on like a rehearsal journey, seeing what we get up to during the day, like a little bit behind the scenes. Yeah, we just started our 4th week of rehearsals, which is crazy. We've basically been blocking the show. It's quite a big piece, so we've been doing it nice and slowly and really like getting into it. We started the first week by doing table read, getting really into the text, learning all about our characters and stuff. And we visited the Tower of London, which is really cool, which is a lot of where the play is set in the Tower. What else have we been doing? Lots of movement with our incredible movement director EJ. And yeah, it's been really great so far. So this morning I've got a costume fitting. I'm about to head in. Hopefully I can show you some of the RSC costumes that we've got going on. Jewellery bits. There's me. Belly bump.
Yeah.
Still working out how to use this thing. Is it recording? I think so. Whoa.
Bearing in mind nothing on that rail, the front is actually.
Couple of the iconic costumes got going on here. I'm in my shirt. Missed in. Yeah. Gorgeous. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning all.
What?
Good morning. What? What?
Okay, let's take the right arm up. Soften the knees, just take a little side bend. Good, big steps, keep the working together, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Turn back, 1, turn back, twist, and open, and there, and together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's do those of you that are doing heels.
So this is the Mirror and the Light green room. We're going to go meet some of the cast. Please introduce yourself and tell me who you're playing.
Hello there, my name's Ian, and I am playing the French ambassador and the German ambassador.
Thanks, Ian.
Hey, I'm Umi. Hi, I'm Umi Myers. I'm playing Helen Sadler and Dorothea Wolsey.
Thanks. So, guys, do you want to tell me your names, who you're playing, and maybe a little bit about the play?
I'm Olivia and I'm playing Jane Seymour and Catherine Howard.
And I'm Rosie and I'm playing Anna of Cleves.
Okay, we find ourselves in 1536 after Jane and Henry's wedding. This is Henry's we're on the 3rd wife, this is Henry's 3rd marriage. But there have been some problems at court and some things casting a shadow over the court, starting with the fact that Anne Boleyn has literally just been beheaded. So there's a strange atmosphere at the wedding. Well, it's a joyous occasion, but it's been a bit strange.
Hi, I'm Tariq Jarrett and I play Gregory Cromwell.
Great, and you had a bit of a funny journey with the pandemic, didn't you, Tariq? Do you want to tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so the day before rehearsal started, I found out that I had to isolate, so I spent 2 weeks on Zoom. And when I eventually joined, I was ported into the room, which was lovely. And yeah, no, since then everyone's been really helpful. We had, to get me up to speed, we had like a quick run through of put my scenes as Gregory, just placing me in, and kind of went over the intentions. And a couple of days before that, actually, I had one-on-ones with the different departments, so that was seamless.
Great. And you're playing Gregory, who is Cromwell's son.
Yeah.
How are you finding that? Tell us a bit about Gregory,
Yeah.
his journey.
I think the interesting thing about Gregory is that he finds himself in the shadow of his father. Thomas Cromwell is this great man who Gregory at one point says something along the lines of his father does and has everything, and I imagine to have a father who is so influential would be such a hard thing. I think that's the inner turmoil that Gregory has throughout it, because on the flip side to that, it is his father who he loves. So yeah, I enjoy having that complexity with Gregory.
Hi, I'm Mel, and I play Mary, princess or lady. Who knows?
What's your favourite part of the play?
My favourite part of the play.
Without giving away any spoilers.
Yeah. There's a Christmas party that I love with some wonderful dancing and movement, and some wonderful costumes. And the end is pretty epic as well.
My name is Jo, I'm playing Lady Rochford.
Amazing. And so for most of us, it's our first theatre job back since the pandemic. How has that been for you?
It's been lovely.
Yeah?
It's been lovely to be in a room full of people again. Not that we're allowed to touch or hug each other, which is what actors love most to do. But it's been really nice. It's been really nice to get out of home for a little bit and to be with new, fresh people, and yeah, it's been great. I think it's what we've all been gagging to do for 18 months.
I am Nathaniel Parker, and I'm playing King Henry VIII. Probably the most famous king ever, anyway.
So you did the original plays back in 2015?
Yeah, well, we started in 2013, and we went through to 2015 because we did them in Stratford at the theatre there, and then we did it in London, the Aldwych, and then we did it on Broadway. So yeah, I've lived, breathed Henry for 2 years, but not for the last 6 years.
Wow, and how was it revisiting the character?
It's fantastic. You know, I've done some parts on telly where you can go back to a part again, like a series. I did a cop series for a while. And you play the same character again and again from different episode to different episode, and it's very exciting. You can progress in all this. You rarely get that chance on stage. So it was a real bonus actually to come back to him.
I'm Tony Turner. I'm playing Sir William Kingston, who's the Constable of the Tower of London, and I'm playing the ghost of Cardinal Wolsey.
I'm Matthew Pigeon, and I'm playing Stephen Gardner, who's the Bishop of Winchester, and Eustache Chapuis, who is the Ambassador of the Empire, which is England's greatest rival.
I'm Giles Taylor, and I'm playing Archbishop Thomas Cranmer.
Fantastic. And Giles, you were in the original productions of Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies.
I was.
How is it being back 6 years later to do The Mirror and the Light?
It's extraordinary. It feels more than 6 years,
Yeah.
not least because of the pandemic. But yeah, I can't believe it's that long, and yet it feels an eternity. But coming back to it and picking the story up the week of Anne Boleyn's beheading is really weird, because so many of the characters from the first two plays have disappeared. Either they're dead, quite a lot of them are dead, as we discovered when we went to the Tower of London and saw the plaque on the wall, which was just like our programme, really. And then the new ones who sort of become either completely new characters that didn't figure in Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies in the stage versions, or the old ones who now blossom into something rather different, like Thomas Seymour becomes... Is he Thomas? He must be, everyone's Thomas.
Everyone's Thomas.
Seymour, anyway. How they suddenly have a different input and grow, and that's really fascinating.
My name is Nicholas Bolton, and I play the Duke of Suffolk.
Fantastic. And tell me a bit about working with Jeremy Herrin.
Well, it's a great pleasure. I worked with Jeremy on the first two instalments of this amazing series of plays, Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies, also playing the Duke of Suffolk. Jeremy's a fantastic director to work with, great fun,
very open to actors' ideas, but also with fantastic insight and very, very kind of clear. You know when you're watching one of his productions, it's just the story's told.
Okay, tell me your name and who you're playing.
I'm Sam, I'm part of the ensemble and I'm understudying a few of the characters.
Great, so Sam, this is your first professional job. How has it been for you? Talk us through.
It's been amazing. I think this is the beginning of week 6, but time is going by very quickly, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's been an amazing 5 weeks so far. Wealth of experience, so much knowledge in the room, and I'm just kind of picking at everyone's brains and finding out new things, learning about the job on the job, which is very, very overwhelming, but not a bad way to start. I'm really having a good time.
My name is Paul. I'm playing Christoph and Edward Seymour.
Great.
Christoph is Cromwell's sort of personal servant and one of his adopted sons, not formally adopted, but he's part of Team Cromwell.
My name is Leo Wong, and I am playing Sir Richard Rich.
Great, and how has it been? You weren't involved in Wolf Hall or Bring Up the Bodies. How's it been coming into this third instalment of the Thomas Cromwell series?
I think before rehearsal started, the idea of it was a little bit intimidating, but as soon as rehearsal started, it's been great because I think there's maybe 5 members of the cast from the previous 2 who are in this one, and they've been incredibly welcoming and supportive to everyone. And it's very, very exciting to be involved in this production because there's an awful lot of younger actors, some actors who are, this is their debut straight out of drama school and they're all knocking it out of the park. It's very, very exciting to watch. And having Hilary in the room for most of the rehearsals means that any questions or queries you have, she's able to answer incredibly comprehensively, so it doesn't feel like you're untethered at all.
Andrew Hodges, and I am ensemble with, I guess my main scene is as an angry, rebellious pilgrim.
Amazing. And Andrew, you used to work at Hampton Court, so you have a lot of knowledge of Henry and the sort of world that engulfs our story. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? Maybe something about the pilgrimage?
Yeah, as you said, the costume work, sort of interpretation work at Hampton Court and the Tower, and in fact we did an event some years back about the Pilgrimage of Grace. Oddly, I played Thomas Risley in that at Hampton Court, which I'm now understudying. So I have, I suppose, pre-existing prejudices about these characters, and yeah, we depicted Robert Ashe, the leader of the rebellion, which I suppose is in the small scene of being a furious rebel. That's in my head who I'm sort of trying to be. I actually also live in York, where Robert Ashe was executed, and I've found a spot near the castle there where he was apparently hung up in chains and potentially left to die over 2 weeks, which is all pretty grim. So yeah, this play and my previous work means that I'm very anti the Tudors.
My name is Nicholas Willison and I'm playing the Duke of Norfolk.
Great. And tell me a little bit about the Duke of Norfolk and how he fits into Thomas Cromwell's life and his relationships with the other characters.
Well, at the stage we got to in the play, in the third episode, Norfolk is trying to work his way back into favour. He was on the wrong side of the Wars of the Roses. And so he was out, even though he remained powerful. And in fact, he was a sort of background powerful figure, even as Cromwell was rising up and becoming more and more powerful. And Anne Boleyn tried to get Norfolk to back her Protestant aspirations, and he wouldn't buy. And in fact, he's notoriously a very hard-nosed character. He arrested his own, I think Anne Boleyn was his niece, he arrested his own niece and presided over the proceedings that kind of did for her, indicted her. And at the time of the arrest, he walked in and went...
My name is Aurora Alison Hunt, and I'm playing Elizabeth Seymour, who's known as Bess.
Great, so tell me a little bit more about Bess and like the other women in the play.
So Bess is Jane Seymour's sister, so she's the sister of the Queen. She is recently widowed, she has 2 children, and I suppose her journey in the play is her remarriage to Thomas Cromwell's son, Gregory. I feel like of all the women in the play, in many ways she lives the most successful and quiet life of all the Tudor women we see. She, you know, she's married, she has sons, which everyone's obsessed with in her first marriage. She does the same in the second one. She stays out of trouble. Her and Gregory survive Cromwell's downfall, and they live a very happy life in the country. And they're very happily married until he dies, at which point she remarries and has a very happy third marriage.